Your third anniversary. Oh my God, give it up for Monique. Our third anniversary as we celebrate our 63rd year. I wish we have in here, we have several past presidents. Actually, it's good to have each one of you past presidents who are here. Yes, Joe? 25 years. Wow. Wow, 25 years celebrated our anniversary. Lauren, I mean, anybody else have any anniversaries? Anniversary? No, Sam, nobody else anniversaries? All right. Anybody online? Any anniversaries online? Joan has been in 25 years, Monique 3 years. I said to I think when Sheila given me the history of our club, I never really understood the significance of this club until I read the history. When I read the history, I had a totally different, I could tell you, I had an epiphany, I had a different understanding of how important Rotary Club of Nassau is in the history not only of our country, but in the history of the lives of so many people. Like I said, when I read that in 1962, when the discussions were being made regarding, actually it was before that, about bringing Rotary here in the Bahamas, when segregation was still alive, and it's because of what Rotary did. Rotary was the one that made the efforts to desegregate in terms of meetings. And it was the Rotarian, the president that came out to the UK, who actually started the club. And how he did it, for Blacks to come into our Rotary Club at the British Colonial Hilton, he set up a table called press. And that was the only way persons of color were allowed into the hotel, because he set up a table that had press on it that allowed persons to come and to join Rotary. Because in Rotary, there is no segregation, no politics, no religion, it's people helping people. And that's what I love about this club. That's what I love about Rotary, that it allows everyone to be at the same level. And if you ever could get your hand on the book, The History of this Club, please get it and read it. I probably still can make 1 or 2 copies of those couple very significant things that we are so very, very proud of. Also, I'm introduced to my membership right now. I just got back in from Texas. I had a wonderful opportunity to visit the Waxahachie. I have to say it right. It's Waxahachie. I had to practice that plenty times before I went to their club. Their club, we had a wonderful time with their president, Tom Carr. I was a special guest there of our council, of actually Councilman Ricardo Miller of Bahamian, who now lives in Texas. And believe it or not, he went into politics and he is now a councilman in Red Oak. A very successful Bahamian who's over there now. And also Mr. Dave McSpadden. He invited me, and just a quick story on what happened. Ricardo introduced me to him as a Rotarian. And as we were partnering with them on an international project, and Dave said to me, if I'm coming over to this conference, why don't you come and live with me? Now, I don't know what you, that kind of, people tell you to come and live in their house. I went to my wife, my wife said, who are these people? Do you know this man? No, I don't know him. He's a Rotarian. He invited me to come by his home. I spoke to Councilman Ricardo, and he said, listen, this guy's legit. He's a wonderful person. And let me tell you, the experience that we had, it gave me a fresh understanding of people are kind all over the world, and especially in Rotary. Come to find out, David Spadden is a former district governor. He raised up the rank. He's Joan, you can help me with this. A fellow in he's a Paul Harris fellow, distinguished. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but he's one of those major donors. Both he and his wife have been very successful Rotarians all over the world. And they just opened their home. They told us whatever we wanted, we could have. And it was just an amazing experience to see how being a part of a community where it doesn't matter the color of your skin, doesn't matter your socioeconomic standing, who their home and said, you are welcome because you are Rotarian. So I say to you, when you travel, go look for Rotary Club. Go and support them. And even as we have visitors come to the Bahamas, they come and celebrate with us. So I just want to just say that, and it's just an amazing experience that I had down there. And I'm going to ask our president to come. I don't know, before Francine, is there any other announcements before our president comes?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to invite our president. He is actually going to bring us up to date, and we have a special today. He's also going to be our speaker today. So please welcome Wayne Miller, our president. Come on, make some noise. Say some noise up in here. You're my lively fella here, and hear a bunch of noise. And keep me going. But I just want to say good afternoon, RCN.
Good afternoon.
What a beautiful, beautiful day it is. Hey? I mean, the occasion couldn't be much, much better. Beautiful day, excellent day. You had Bikino down there last weekend. What's your title?
Waxahachie.
Waxahachie. Not like Indian.
Oh, man.
And he was down there in the pinnacle. Some places in the United States down there -0. Could you believe that? Some places in the world, no wonder why our tourism is burgeoning so much, up to almost 10 million tourists, because this is the sunny, sunny Bahamas. It don't get much better than this. So I think you ought to just give yourself a good smile and a good round of applause for being born in the Bahamas. In the Bahamas, what a beautiful place. I just want to say welcome again to all of you and those of you online. Sheila, what are you doing online? Sheila seldom comes online, but and Jamie, what are you doing online? Alondra, I call it the people who normally be online. So
Zooming online. That's what we usually say. I'm zooming.
Zooming today. All right, so,
Yeah, and I'm not feeling well, so.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, well wishes, Sheila. But we just happy to have all of you here, all of you online. Catherine always there online. Melanie online.
Hello.
Roya online. All of you online. And Sweden, I see you still online. Yeah, that's you or that's another person. Oh, that's you. Okay, that's beautiful.
I see Sheila. Sheila wanted to say something.
Yeah, Sheila, you raised your hand. You wanted to say something else?
No, I just said I'm sorry I'm not there. I'm not feeling well.
Okay, you're missing on all the celebration. You're missing on the celebration. And of course, this week is a special week for RCN and also for yours truly. Today is RCN, in fact, it was yesterday, Sunday, but today we celebrate RCN's 63rd birthday. Can you give it a round? Come on, man, you gotta make some noise. RCN, and you heard Kino said it, the oldest club in the Bahamas. RCN is where it got started 63 years ago by a very, very determined Rotarian from England, and he was determined by all means to establish a club. And of course, the book that he's talking about, he and I got one of those kindly donated to us by Sheila. But it is amazing when you read the history. I mean, how many letters back and forward back. It was not easy to establish this club. It was not easy to bring Rotary to the Bahamas. The United States thought it should stay over there. And it should remain over there, remain over there. They thought being the Bahamas didn't have the, I don't know what it is. I would wear it all, I guess, to sustain the club. And then there was questions about our ethical standards and so forth. I mean, it's very good, interesting reading whether or not, a club could be sustained here in the Bahamas and all of the other politics that at that day went into it. But this gentleman, he stuck with it. He really stuck with it to ensure that it happened. And it did happen. And we want to honor him. Of course, he's died many years ago, but we just want to honor him and the effort that he made to make sure that we can come together as a service club to provide service. And look how much clubs came out of RCN, out of the womb, as it were, out of RCN. We have so many clubs here in the Bahamas who have done so much good for the Bahamas, all because
of this initial club right here, RCN. So I think that deserves a round of applause. Please. And in light of that, what we've started to meet, and just, we want to really celebrate it. We want to really celebrate this. We call it the yesterday and tomorrow. Yesterday and tomorrow of the Rotary Club of Nassau. We want to have a ball. We want to have a ball in a big way. And we want to honor a few of our long-standing members who've been long-standing members in this club for quite some time. And so we want each and every one of you to participate. You'll see some notifications coming out in the chat. If you're not part of the committee, we invite you to be a part of one of the committees to make sure this ball happens. This ball is going to be a grandiose affair. Okay, we're not going to do small, we're going to come big because we're celebrating our heritage, as it were. Okay, so we're going to move on from that. We also, I brought a letter here, and it's just a line, a sentence, but it's an appreciation of the RCN, what we would have done on the Christmas, over the Christmas holiday. And I think this would have been just about almost Christmas Eve. When we decided that we'd go to the Poitras Rogers Home for the Aged and donate cleaning supplies. And this letter here sent by the president of the Poitras Rogers Home for the Aged in appreciation for our contribution. And it says, the executive board, residents, and staff of the Poitras Rogers Home for the Aged wish to express our sincere thanks to you and your club for your kind donation of cleaning and hygienic items. It is support of this nature which has enabled us to offer caring service to the elderly over the many years. And that is from the President, Francis Medini. Okay, so that's a thank you letter for us. And so it shows that our efforts are not in vain. And so I want to just thank all of you who participated in kind. Some people sent boxes of stuff, past President Barron, I remember, a box of cleaning supplies, and then we collected funds here, and we bought a number of items for the Poitras Rogers Home for the Aged. So I want to thank you so much for that. On the other front, next week, RCN will be traveling to Inagua. Next week, Friday, we will be going to Inagua. This will be our second visit. You remember the first visit in October? We were disrupted, or the plans were disrupted because of Hurricane Oscar. So this Friday coming up, Dr. Anita, Rotarian Dr. Anita, will be spearheading the efforts again as she goes over there to cement whatever was done before, and then to see those persons who were on screen. And then I think she's going to take over some glasses as well to fit one or two of the individuals who would have need glasses. But the people in Agua, I can tell you, they're very excited. The parents are very excited, and they really want to see RCN return to finish the job. And that's what we do. We finish the job. And so a few of us will be going over on Friday and returning on Monday. Do keep us in your prayer and pray that no hurricane pop from out of nowhere. And maybe a climate change going on. Hurricanes don't happen in June, so they don't happen in June, but climate change, everything is possible. But we hope that pray that nowhere to happen and be able to complete the job and return back safely to Nassau. So again, thank you so much. This month is vacation month. Vocation month in Rotary. And of course, we've been inviting various speakers to the platform to come and help share with us. But of course, we know that things happen and we had, cancellation. The speaker who was supposed to come next week, we are planning to have the president of BTBI actually come and speak about education, because you know, that's what they're big on, there at, BTBI. But this part is vocation of the services, and we want to continue to keep it up. And as we have no guests, so, just briefly, I will share, just briefly of the vacation I do. Shared before, but I'll share it again. And I can go a demonstration to make it much more simple. So, just a little bit of what I do, to fill the void, left by an absent speaker. We talk about vocation, and I pull it up. A vocation is a strong feeling of suitability or for a particular career or occupation. It's a strong feeling of suitability for a particular career or occupation. Are you in an occupation and you don't have a strong feeling? Maybe that's not your vocation, eh? A vocation is a person's employment or being occupation, especially regarded as worthy and requiring dedication. It's worthy and require dedication. Okay, so that's what a vocation is all about. I think I found my vocation, something that I'm passionate about, something that I like doing, and has a strong pull on me. My previous life, I was a police officer, served in the police force for over 30 years, retired as a superintendent. I always like to speak, I always like to help people. I always like to help people, be there for people. As a police officer, I along with past President Stephen Dean, I served together. We used to go to communities, to hold community crime watch groups, and we used to help community leaders and show communities how they could better prevent themselves from becoming victims of crime. And so we help give them tools and information or what they should do in order to prevent themselves from becoming victim of crime. So in that sphere of things, I was protecting or helping to protect people's life and limb and property. That's what I was doing. And I did that with passion. Helping to protect people from becoming victims of crime. As you know, crime is a multifaceted creature, and crime is in every single corner of our lives. And to fight crime, you have to do so likewise. You have to be multifaceted in any number of different crime initiatives. So I love that. And that spoke to who I was. But then I reached the age of retirement, the time to retire. I wondered what I should go into. And I thought it was in different fields that I should go into. Until the idea came, or not the idea, but until someone who I haven't seen in 20 odd years came in and he introduced me to this field and then introduced me to my good friend over here, P.E. King of McCarthy, who's been in the insurance industry for over 20 odd years. And they showed me possibilities that my vocation that I had in another field could equally as well be utilized in the field of insurance, because insurance was all about helping people. It was all about securing people. But this time, the twist to it was I wasn't just securing people, limb and property and so forth from crime. I was about to secure people's financial well-being. And can I tell you, I find no greater joy. I find no greater joy in helping that understanding that, hey, wow, this is even bigger than the crime aspect of it. Because, only a few people will become victims of crime. Not everybody happens to be a victim of crime. But everyone needed financial security. Whether they knew it or not, whether they believe it or not, everyone needed financial security. And hence, I joined the insurance industry. And could you believe it? Just in a matter of a few days, it'll be 11 years since I've been in the insurance industry. And it has been a blessing, never a sad day. I think I look even younger. I'm enjoying the insurance. It keeps you excited, it keeps you motivated, and particularly, and I said it particularly for younger persons. If you find what you love, trust me, you're gonna get old. You may get old in age, boy, but in spirit, you will be young, boy, but you will be fired up to go to work every day. I'm so excited to get to work. I can tell you, sometimes 7, I want already to go. I'm getting about that, it's talking at night sometimes. Just excited to do what I love to do. That's what a vocation is. A vocation is when you find your passion and your love to doing something that you don't even have to get paid for. I like what I do so much. I mean, I hope they don't stop paid. I can even get paid. I always talk to people. All this it encourages people. And so I brought this here. This is in a nutshell what I do to help people. And I brought this here. A financial pyramid. A financial pyramid. I hope that all of you online can see it. It's a financial
Bring it
pyramid.
closer.
And so I teach from this, I lecture from this same financial pyramid. Yeah, so I lecture from this financial pyramid. I use my gifts and my talents and my vocation to teach people about this financial pyramid. If you notice, savings and investment is there. Most people start to save and they start to build their investment. Am I right? Yeah, most of you right. You start to save. You start to save. But look what is at the foundation of any wealth building strategy. At the foundation is particularly insurances. Insurances are just risk management tools. Insurance is not a religion. You don't have to believe it. It's a risk management tool. So, and I say it in all seriousness, many people start to save money without having a health insurance. And I'd be honest with you, boy, these past couple of months. Yes. Yes, and of course, that's what most people believe. A good number of people believe that. And the question from Raquel is, what do you say? People say insurance is just a rip-off. Insurance are long-term products. Insurance is when something happens. So it's a long-term risk management tool for when something happens. So most people believe that insurance is like a bank. You put the money in today, you get it tomorrow. No, it doesn't operate. It protects your vulnerability. It protects the risk that you are exposed to. So, you think the people in Abaco who suffered loss in Dorian think it's a rip-off now? Now that they didn't even pay their insurance? Do you think the people who needs emergency surgery and are stuck because they don't have the financial wherewithal, the health insurance, you think they think it's a rip-off? No, they probably don't. Someone just told me last week, $6,000 a week in PNH. If you want special care in their private room, $6,000 a week. You know enormous pressure that put on the families. And there's so many families have gone bankrupt in this country because they didn't have a health insurance. Health insurance protects your savings. So I make sure all my children get health insurance. Why? Because I got to protect my own savings. Without that protection, your savings is vulnerable. And many people go around with living in this kind of vulnerability. And so, we can't say enough. Health insurance ensures that you remain healthy. Shows that you get your new physical and so forth and whatever else. So we can talk about it all day as we hear the sad stories going on in this country every single day. See, I'm passionate about it because I'm talking real life stories. And people are suffering today. And sometimes this happens when you're very old or much older. You're all right when you're fine when you're young, but as you get older, and we know breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer in the country. Prostate cancer is the leading cause of cancer among men. And we have people who are actually dying simply because they couldn't get the medical care, couldn't afford it. Okay, moving on from that. All right, so you have also auto insurance. Of course, we know this. The law makes it mandatory that you have auto insurance, and that's very important. So if somebody else stop, the other person is sure that they have the money fixed. And so forth. So auto insurance is very important. Without auto insurance, then your savings is at risk. I give the story of myself. Driving down the street the other day, I think it was last year, thereabouts, yeah, driving down the street, a mango, I drove on a mango tree on the main road. A mango dropped perfectly in my windshield. I got a perfect spot, and it's one little small mango, and it shot up my whole windshield. If I didn't have comprehensive insurance, I'd have to come out of pocket. Windshield cost was $3,000-4,000. I'd have come out. I had to go to my savings. Again, my savings is at risk, and so auto insurance is a must as well. And then we get home insurance, and it comes back down to Dorian. So many people in Abaco and Grand Bahama today are living out of their cars, are living out of some makeshift arrangement. Why? Because they had a home and they thought insurance was a rip-off, insurance might be too expensive. They never insured it. But 4 years later, the saddest part about this, as I went down to other people who had income properties, my God, you have an income property, that an income bringing coming to you every month, and you did not see fit to insure it with a homeowner's insurance. And so those people are out. Their savings are gone, their investments are gone, and their income is gone. So, and I drove around just even this afternoon, just this morning, a building there in Centerville, a building my good friend is dead now, the Corbell building, and I always crash here. That building being burned down now been almost 10 years. It is an apartment building with stores to the bottom. The building had to wait over $500,000 to $600,000, maybe even more. But you can imagine how that kind of investment, and you did not insure it. And so what happened? One of the tenants came on one night, and they forgot to leave the stove on, and the whole entire building burned down. And the building stands there today in ruins. And poor brother Corbin is dead. I think that's what probably rushed him onto his death. So home insurance is very, very important. And so we talk about these protection items, various items, critical illness, long-term illness, you get sick long-term. So you have to make sure these things are available to you. We talk about the emergency fund, and we know the importance of emergency fund, particularly with the pandemic. It's a pandemic, and we encourage people to have emergency funds. And sometimes, one time ago it was 3 months. How much did this knock,
Boy, this thing is very expensive.
Emergency fund, we are asking you now almost a year.
Yeah.
Almost a year in savings put aside as an emergency fund in case we have another pandemic. Like you can't go to work, but you still got to eat. And you still need assistance and so forth. So emergency fund is very, very important. And then of course, we also talk about will. Will. As an insurance agent, it's always my job to advise people to take up wills. Again, these real life stories, people dying. There's so many men in this country dying without a will because they don't believe in it. Most men believe if they write a will, they can die or someone can kill them. So that's a myth that's been going on, a taboo, going around here in the country. And so what happens is they have left an enormous amount of women in dire straits, financial dire straits, because they didn't saw it fit to take out a will. So a will, getting your state in order, because the last time I checked, every last one of us can die. We just don't know when. I honestly don't know yet, get caught up in the rocks here yet. So we all can die. So why not make preparation for that, for the people behind you? All right, so that's what we do, and we help you do that. And of course, you see, I'm passionate about it because this happens every day. Every day, people are dying without having any of these things in place, and their young ones, their families left with an empty bag. And so I brought you to, again, seek some advice, financial advice, of how to secure yourself, secure your family. You can't wait 30 years and pay a mortgage, and then you don't care what happens to those afterwards. That makes sense. You wait 30 years to pay the bank back the mortgage, and then you say, when I go and I said, I don't care what happens after that. That didn't make much sense. You should make sure that whomever you leave to is someone worthy of having your possessions, and that they will take care of it, maybe for a very long time. It will be beneficial to them, even if they understand. Okay? And so that's a brief part of my vocation. That's what I love to do. I love to share it, and I continue to share it. And I'm passionate about sharing it because it isn't fictional, real life, real stories, and this happening right now. So with that, I'll end my brief presentation. And if there are any questions, I will be more than happy to answer any question. Raquel, any more questions like that? I put that in your rest.
I have a question, President.
Yes, Francine has a question. Well, I normally, no, I started with water because that's where most people are. In order for you to get to the top there, when you talk about wealth preservation and wealth distribution, you gotta be like Sheila then. And that's where you get up there. You get a top there. And June, see that down for there, you gotta be up there. But until you secure the foundation, yeah, all of Larry,
don't forget the wind, boy.
Oh yeah.
Wind, yeah.
But winning agent. So okay, good. Yeah, so there are some people here who qualify to get to the top there, wealth preservation. But you have to have the foundation. Every house have to have a foundation. Once you have the foundation, you secure that, then you could, your savings and investment are secured. They're secured because if anything happens, you have financial risk tools to take care of that. And then now you can talk about wealth preservation. You do other insurances, umbrella insurance that cover every single thing. Long-term care insurance, you get old, you need long-term care, you need maybe a caregiver to come to your home. All these things you prepare for. And then, of course, up to the top, wealth distribution, you got your estate planning. That's what you plan for your timely debt, not untimely. You plan for your timely debt and how you want every single thing in your estate to be distributed. Who you want to have your earring, who you want to have your chain, who you want to have your shoes and your clothes and blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, retirement income coming into you. And then gifting, philanthropy. You see, you can gift. When you get your foundation secure, now you can start giving to people and so forth. So this financial pyramid is very, very important. You can think about it. If you want to take a photo of it, you can take a photo of it. But this is what I use as part of a teaching tool because I believe people believe when they see things. But anyway, sorry, we digress. Francine?
Good afternoon. President Wayne, what advice would you give a young adult who is trying to obtain a mortgage and has tried several insurance companies and have been denied? What is your advice on how the young person can obtain a mortgage?
Okay, there are a number of lending institutions around. Not necessarily a number. There are one or two who might lend you a mortgage without having life insurance. The problem is in the Bahamas is a very sickly nation. any insurance company, will check the risk involved before they lend you a mortgage. So mortgage normally lasts 25 years. If a bank is gonna give you 200,000, 300,000, they wanna guarantee that if you don't live for 20 years to pay them back, they're gonna be able to get that money somehow. And that's where insurance has come in. Now, if you can't qualify for insurance, for an insurance company to back you or to take on the risk, then the risk is solely on you or the lending institution. Banks try to do it. Some banks, they self-insure and they take the risk on, but a lot of them have learned a cool lesson in Dorian, because many of the homes that were destroyed in Dorian, people were paying mortgages. They were paying mortgages, but unfortunately, the homes weren't covered with life insurance. The mortgage wasn't covered with life insurance. I know many people who have that. And so the bank find themselves with an empty bag. They lost the home and they lost the income or the mortgage that was from the home. So you find some lending institutions will take a chance, take a risk to lend you a mortgage if you're not qualified through insurance company. Insurance company is about measuring risk. It's all risk. And we judge risk. That's all it does. Someone who's young, who's healthy, they can get insurance like yesterday. And so I advise, good question, but I advise a lot of parents. Don't wait until the child be 18 to get insurance. Try to get insurance for a child. I mean, those days I ask the parents who want a child just born. 14 days after they're born, get as much life insurance as you can. Because you have to buy life insurance with good health. You pay for it with money, but you buy it with good health. I can't begin to tell you how many people send their children to me in their early 20s who couldn't get life insurance no more because of some illness or some disease that they were caught. Real life. HIV is still out there. If you have HIV, you can't get life insurance or any other terminal disease. You can't get life insurance. So it is advisable. Those of you who have young people in your family, encourage them. Get your life insurance because again, it comes back to that same question. If your child is uninsurable, can't get life insurance, where will he or she find money then to afford a home? Where will they get the mortgage from? Which lending institution will guarantee them a mortgage? It's a sad situation in the country, to be honest with you. But I can't back down to us experience. It comes down to experience. And I bet you say, even with retirement, many parents have not saved enough money to retire. But now they have their young children, and they're not encouraging their young children to start saving money for retirement. That's a crying shame. That's an indictment. If you're a parent, miss the boat, miss the opportunity to do a number of stuff, it's incumbent upon you to make sure that at least your children is warned, advised to take the right steps. You can't wait because sometimes things happen. Yes, Joe. The question is on the floor. My first career was law enforcement. So that you're interested in the financial services or insurance before, and that's why this particular series that we're talking about is so important. It talks about vocation. Vocation. I thought I was supposed to be in security. I thought I was supposed to be the head of security or one of the head of securities at Atlantis or Bahama. I bought hundreds of dollars of books on hotel management and all those kind of things. Then it dawned on me that I had enough passion to stay. I drew up lesson plans to try to tell the security officers in the country how to run a security firm and all of that, but I didn't feel it. I just didn't feel it. And I prayed to God. I said, God, I know I have to move. I have to leave law enforcement because, it ain't, gonna, I ain't gonna cut it. And it was not till Mr. Tony Lowe, he came to my office, an insurance executive, and then he invited me to keynote. And then they spoke the language that I wanted to hear. You will be able to make presentations. You will be able to go where you want to go. You will have freedom. You will be able to express your gifts and talents. Woo! When they said that, something that became alive. Our light bulb started blinking off, and I say, that's what I want to do. And so I'm saying to you, that's where it is. You will be led by your gifts and your talents. It is inside you. It's innate in you for a particular reason. God give it to you. You ain't getting it no place else. And so when they spoke to me, they spoke to my gifts and my talents.
Amen.
And boy, I tell you, I'm excited to get this joy. I tell you, this week, I'll be 63. 63 years old, me and RCN celebrating.
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
And because I found my passion and my vocation, I feel like crazy. I feel like I'm crazy. I feel like I can go. I just feel like I can go.
Uh-huh.
And now they really said no more. I said, no, I can go. I just stop. But find a gift. And I encourage you. That's what the vocation is. Find a gift. Find something you love to do. I don't be a dead job. You hate to go to work. You hate your boss. You hate when they pay you. You're grumbling and complaining. I don't even stress you. Okay? So that's my contribution. I hope that anything better on that note. Thank you so much.
Woo-hoo!
Have you ever met anybody who is excited about life? Rotary, yeah. Yeah, 63. Don't try to box, turn around. I don't want you trying to do. You're afraid for money because money trying to add up, turn around. She's going around one number house. Rotary does not encourage that. This club is going before. That's right. So for those of you online, just let you know, Monique was asking for the 63 and the 63. And she made the point that Rotary was birthed before Wayne was born. So he have to call Rotary sir, man. So that's a wonderful thing. So come on, let's give it up for President Wayne. Such passion, exuberance, such excitement. We are part of this career. You know, someone said something to me the other day. They said that once you find what you like, you never work another day in life. You never work another day. You will enjoy it every day. That's right. My dear friend Larry, you enjoy what you did all your life. I tell you, I'm going to tell you a story. Our son, when he was born with a congenital illness. I thank God that when he was born, we had insurance because he was covered immediately upon birth. We didn't know until a few months later, or a year or two later, we found out he had this illness. And because he was covered, like Wayne said, from day one with insurance, it took all the expense up. And I think I told you when I got back during the Christmas, last year he had 2 hospitalizations in the US, 2 emergency situations where he rushed to the hospital. He was there for the first one, 7 days. My wife didn't even leave the hospital. Every day she was there with him, every day, every night. We went on vacation. He ended up in the hospital 7 straight days, one, and then during December, Thanksgiving, we had to fly over the emergency flight. And in both of those instances, the point I'm making, what Wayne is saying, the point I'm making is that insurance kicked in. In both of those situations, because it was an emergency, we did not even have to go into our If you don't know anything about insurance, you go to a particular hospital in the Bahamas, a particular hospital in the Nassau. If you go there, you have to have between come on, Dwayne, help me out here. Between $5,000-$10,000 before they look at you. You go and register, and you call your cousin, your neighbor, your friend, and they will not touch you until you have that $5,000 to $10,000 cash. And they say to you, this is nothing bad against hospital, don't get me wrong, it's good service. They say to you, this is only a down payment. This is not the end of the bill. And when people walk into that hospital, this is in the US, so the price, the more, even more. They did not ask us for up until this date, not for a penny. Nobody can tell me the importance of insurance. Wayne, you did a great job. And I was here, tell you, at 5 years of age, I think Laverne, many of you know my wife's dad, actually was in the insurance industry. His name was Stephen Slally. I don't know if you all remember Stephen Slally, J.S. Johnson, coming home from Junkanoo, coming home one night, 5 years old. He was in a very serious accident. And in Tacoma, 3 days later, he was dead. She was 5 years of age because they had insurance. Her mom, who wasn't working at that time, was able to go back to school, get re-educated, educate the two children, Julian and Lisa. And no one can tell you how important. Like you said, Wayne, they tell you, Wayne, when I first met Wayne, the passion that this gentleman has was from that day to this. And I thank God for him being, I'm gonna call him an insurance evangelist. You go out there and tell the story of insurance. Well, thank you so much, Wayne. You did an excellent job here today. Now, of course, we cannot end without our fines. We have to go fines. They notice that in America, in Waxahachie, they don't do fines. Because they tell you, pay the money up front, just pay it one time, so we can kill that. You don't work with fines, pay extra $100 for the year, $150 for the year, and you don't work with fines. So that sounds good, put your take, that sounds good. Anyway, let's see, any fines today? Any fines today? I'm looking around. I started with Francine. Francina, she didn't have a pin on. Monica, you have your pin on? Laverne, you have your pin on? Sam, can I collect some money? Oh, man. I ain't collecting no money today. John, why you have your pin on? Raquel, you have your pin on? Thank you. Oh, goodness, I know I get to find some money right here. Larry, yes, of course. So those persons who are online, because you are online today, we cannot see whether or not you're wearing your pin. So I'm going to ask you to please transfer. How much should they transfer to the account?
$5.
Is that the secretary saying that?
Mhm.
Let me talk it down.
Should be $10.
Thank you very much. Do I have 15? Do I have 15? Do I have 15? Come on. $10. So let me just call the names. Alondra, write this down, please. Alondra, Jamie, Deidre, who else? Sabrina. Who else? Shelby, Lizette, Donnie was here, so I ain't gonna charge Donnie because he set up. Ryan, good to see you, Ryan. Of course, Sheila, can I have all of you please transfer $10 to the account today because you are not in meeting to celebrate the 63rd birthday of our wonderful club. Would you say sending it now? Thank you so much,
Sabrina.
Thank you so much for sending them a check.
Hi, I
You want
think
to send
those
20?
meeting present or at Zoom should be fine, not those who are in the meeting.
I said it again. What you said?
You think everybody should be fine?
Well, those persons on Zoom are fine, especially because you're not getting to eat lunch with us.
No.
Especially when
I said those who are meeting in by Zoom or in person, those persons should be fine.
they're being fine. If people are here, they're fine. Raquel is paying her fine right now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our visitors, we're not gonna find our visitors, but because our president invited his two twin daughters, he's gonna pay $5. No, I'm not gonna charge him. That's- He treated us for lunch. He treated us for lunch and I tried to
Yes.
find someone to pay a fine. Ain't nobody can pay no fine.
No.
Just because Francina have a different luck. She. Yes, I guess, yes. She has been, I guess, sorry? Yeah, she just needs to attend, I think, one or two community events, correct? One more community event and she will be coming in as family. All right, who was your sponsor? Tell to me that she's buying $10 for me. You tell her, transfer $10 because she's not here, she's not on Zoom and she's not in person. Write her right now, tell her.
Just for last week.
I love it.
Just for last week.
That's, you find for last week?
Yeah, for not having on my pen on Zoom.
Oh, that's what you call it, is it true?
It is always.
Thank you, Sid Honest. Thank you so much. Moni honestly just said that she's gonna put an extra $5 in because she wasn't here. And you know what? I wasn't here last week.
So that's 20 for you.
So I wasn't here, although I was at the
Yeah.
Rotary Club.
Yes.
I get five. That was my makeup and watch your hat. I was, Raquel, you tell me. Thank you so much, Raquel. Raquel. I love it. I love it. You saw Raquel came to my. I was about to put my hand in the pocket. Thank you so much, Raquel. You were able to save me by the bell. That's right. Thank you so much. You saved me today. Well, is there any other announcements, Mr. President? Any other no other announcements? We'll be looking forward to see Ava and Adra, correct? Ava and Adra, and the next meeting, this is your second, and Adra's third. This is, how many meetings have you attended? 5 or 6? It's way past time. So, Mr. President, please advise me when the next community event is so she can attend that, so we can get her sorted out. We might as well start her membership stuff right away. Well, let's get started. Let's start. Anything else, Foundation? Foundation, you always got something to say.
Not really, but March 1st, we have on March 1st, we still have the band race. For March 1st, so we still need to decorate the band.
It's for polio. What's up, baby?
Sheila.
Sheila, what's up, baby?
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Is
What did she say?
Bad race.
Band race. That is.
I'm
set
not
for
bedridden.
March. For the I think it's for polio.
Sheila, it's the bad race. You hear that? Bad race.
The Rotary band race, that's gonna be by the Marlin Marathon
Morning marathon,
on March 1st.
March 1st.
So we'll need some strong young athletes to
Yeah.
help.
Road actors are coming.
If we can get them who are fast,
Let's
we get
get
to win
some
this
road
race.
Okay, so let's go close off. I think it's about time for stand. Let's stand.
The 4-way test.
And the 4-way test, can you bring it up, please?
I don't have the.
Okay, no problem. Let's stand. Let's do our 4-way test. 1, 2, 3. Of the things
we
think,
say or do.
is it the truth?
The truth.
Is it
Is it
for
for
concern? Will it
will and better
friendships?
friendships?
Will
Is
it
it
beneficial?
beneficial to all concerned?
Will it be fun?
Yes, it will.
All right, thank you so much, of course, Larry. Of course, Larry. The very honorable Dr. Larry.
To all Rotarians and guests who I am, and those Rotarians who are Zooming with us on air, let us join Rotarians everywhere in a toast to Rotary around the world. Rotary around the world.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for tuning in. See you all next week. Same Rotary channel, same Rotary channel.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all.
Oh, let's get a quick picture.